What's up, everybody? Happy Wednesday. Hope all you're having a great day so far today. Getting into this episode of GH. For the most part, I enjoyed this episode. It was a cool little episode. Chase is clearly ready to go back to work full time. Like basically, the doctor is not giving him the okay to go back to full duty. So pretty much, he's kind of like on some type of desk assignment. Looking through paperwork. Basically, like he's not back in the field yet so far. You know what I mean? And he thinks that Finn has something to do with that, with not clearing him to be fully back on active duty. I can understand why Finn is, being overprotective of Chase and stuff like that because, the man did almost die. So he just wants to make sure that he's fully ready and at full capacity to go back to full duty instead of light duty. But to me, Chase looked like he fine. He looked like he ready. He capable. He doesn't seem to be showing any, symptoms of complications or anything from what he went through. So he seems to be fine. But then again, better safe than sorry. You know what I mean? So of course, his first case back, he's handling the Maxie case, the baby Louise kidnapping. He's handling that. And if he's on that case, that's not good for Maxie or Brooklyn. Like that's not good for them because his first order of business was to come to the Savoy. I mean, his first order of business was to basically track them down and figure out like what happened that night. He wants to interview Maxie again about what happened. Um BLQ basically tried to run interference. Like, no, you're being insensitive. She basically tried to gaslight him, talking about how insensitive he's being right now, and can't these questions wait? Straight up manipulating this man. I'm like, BLQ, go sit down, because whether you like it or not, one way or the other, this shit is about to come to a head. Like, secrets are about to come out. You can't stall it any longer, because you already know when the secret is about to come out when too many people start knowing about it. You know what I'm saying? Or looking into it. Gladys is already blackmailing y'all for this. Now you got Chase on it. Peter's still out there. It's coming to a head at this point. Like all the shit is about to hit the fan. So she could keep trying to stall all she want to, but he's gonna figure it out at some point what happened because he's not a stupid person. Chase already knows after looking through statements and everything else. He knows that something ain't adding up about what happened that night. That's why he wants to talk to Maxie because something ain't clear and they could try and prolong it all they want to. So he was like, all right, he's like, y'all enjoy y'all night. We'll talk about it some other time. He not gonna let this go. When you have a tenacious detective like that, they're not gonna they ain't stopping nothing. So basically, BLQ and Maxie are trying to formulate a plan at this point because they need to do something because Gladys is going through Brooklyn's credit card like it's going out of style. Like she is melting the plastic off that bitch. Like she is just straight up charging shit by the hour. Like every time BLQ turn around, she's getting charged. Take that damn credit card from her before you be in credit card debt. Cause let me tell you something, credit card debt ain't no damn joke. Like even though BLQ got some money, she ain't got like straight up quarter main money like that. She's not like wealthy. That's the elders. The older ones are the ones that really got the money. So I'm pretty sure she got some money, but shit, the way Gladys is spending it, you ain't gonna have it for long. Hey, Gladys is just melting that damn credit card. Um, so they basically trying to figure out like, okay, how do we shut her down at this point? Um, so Maxie goes and calls Nina or whatever for help, and Nina put her in touch with some guy or whatever that's gonna help them out or whatever. My thing is, you might as well just clue Valentine into this right now. Clue that man in. I really feel like they should have told Valentine this from the jump that he wasn't the father. Ask him to pretend to be the father, and I'm pretty sure Valentine would have went ahead with it. He would have did it to protect the kid from Peter. He definitely would have went along with this. But too many people are really gonna get hurt in all of this. Like not just Valentine, but he a big boy. He can handle himself. But Charlotte is getting to attached to that kid. Thinking that's her sister and stuff. How she's gonna feel when the truth comes out. It's like this secret is just getting out of control at this point. I understand they had good intentions for doing it, but right now it looks like things are just blowing up in their face. And that's usually how secrets like this go. So I don't know if they're gonna be able to shut Gladys down so easily. And what this guy is gonna be able to help them, scare her. I don't know what he's gonna do, but they better figure out something and figure it out quick. Um, So anyway, moving on from that, it was actually refreshing to see Carly get out and actually attempt to have a girls' night out, because usually Carly ain't got no, she really ain't got no friends. Like Carly do not have really no female friends. You never see Carly really hanging out like that. So it was kind of good to see her and, Olivia hanging, checking out the competition at the Savoy. And Olivia was like, shit, I need to steal Curtis bartender away from him or whatever. And it was hilarious. My thing about the Savoy and the Metro Court restaurant, I love both. For me, I love both because they both serve a different purpose. Like ambiance wise, all of that stuff, it serves a different purpose. For me, I feel like the Metro Court restaurant is more fancy. It's way more fancy. That's some place that you take your wife or your girl out, your husband, whatever. Take them out on a romantic date, for a birthday or anniversary. It's a place that you rent out, you know what I'm saying, for a fancy event like a gala or something. Something fancy smancy like that. You know what I mean? You get dressed up in your nice suit, all that stuff, or a tux. That's the kind of restaurant that is. It's a nice ambiance. The Savoy is more to me like a party ambiance, and I love it. It's more of a let your hair down, casual, have fun, more, just dance, eat, drink, rent it out for a nice birthday bash or something. That, it's that kind of ambiance. Plus, they got live music for you to just go and relax. You know what I'm saying? They both serve different purposes. And I love both settings. And Carly and Olivia were definitely impressed by it. They were having a good time. Their conversation kind of pissed me off though. But I'm gonna start with Carly first. Like they sitting there talking about Nina and stuff, and Olivia was shocked that Carly still has not slapped the shit out of Nina yet. I'm like, don't worry, Olivia, it's coming. One way or another, it's coming. They gonna be slapping each other soon enough. What pissed me off though too was Olivia was like, "Oh, I'm gonna back you if you wanna, kick Crimson out of the hotel or whatever, evict them from their lease." I was like, "What?" See, I don't like talk like that because that's money. And me, I'm very big on making sure my business is making money. And I'm pretty sure the Metro Court is doing just fine, but to be kicking Crimson out when they're paying, I'm pretty sure, a lot of money in rent, I ain't about to lose that kind of money, not unless you got something else to come in behind it that's gonna pay you equal the rent or better. You know what I'm saying? If you got that kind of plan, then cool, kick them out. But if not, I ain't about to slow my money down. Absolutely not. That's fucking with your profit, and that's something I don't play with. You ain't about to mess with my money. Absolutely not. Um, and Olivia was definitely spot on when she said that Sonny basically asked Carly not to go after Nina. She was like, "That don't sound like Sonny. It don't sound like Sonny to turn the other cheek." And Carly was like, "No, it don't sound like him. But Nixon Falls done changed that man." I'm like, because he done fell in love while he was out there. That's why he trying to get you to not go after his boo. You the wife and whatnot, you the main chick, but he not trying to let you be slapping up his side piece. That's not what he about to let you do. But I do agree. I was like, yeah, it don't sound like Sonny. So, they all having a good time. And Olivia pissed me off when she started snapping at Carly about Leo. Like, just going crazy. "Oh, what is with everyone? I keep saying my son is fine." Like, damn, girl, calm down. She just asked you how he was doing because she know that you took him to the doctor recently. Calm your ass down. All over dramatic. Relax. Um, so basically, she talking about her and Ned heading towards divorce and stuff like that. I'm like, y'all not heading towards nothing. You're the one heading towards divorce because you're the one who want the damn divorce, you nutcase. Like, she is being so ridiculous with this divorce talk. Like, you are really mad at this man. I'm gonna get more into that in a second. But she bumped into Austin or whatever. Of course, she was not happy to see Austin at the bar. Um, and Austin was like, "Listen, I'll leave if you want me to." I said, "No, the fuck you won't." I am so sick and tired of people walking into somewhere, seeing somebody that don't like them, and they think they're the ones that should have to leave. Sir, plant your ass on a stool somewhere and have yourself a drink. You ain't got to go nowhere. You ain't got to go no damn where. Listen, Olivia does not own she don't own that town. You ain't got to leave every time you bump into her somewhere. Absolutely not. Sit down. Enjoy yourself. If she want to take her crybaby behind on, then she can leave. But you sit. I'm so tired of people doing that. Absolutely not. You ain't about to run me out of nowhere. Um, so she basically was asking him what did he go to Ned or whatever to talk some more about Leo or whatever. He said no. He was like, Ned came to me. because she tried to accuse him again of being a gold digger, trying to come after ELQ and stuff. And she realized after talking to him that Ned came to him after he signed the papers. So their conversation was recent. So when she got back to Carly, she was like, yeah, the only thing that's gonna make her happy is when she talked to a divorce lawyer. I'm like, you really are being ridiculous. Like, you are dead serious about this divorce. Like, Olivia, you should be happy that this man cares about your son, because most step parents, a lot of step parents, do not give a damn about their step kids. And you want to know why? Because that's not their kid. He actually cares about Leo like that's his own child. You should be happy that he's observing things about him and he's trying to take actions to see what's going on with him, so that way y'all are informed and you know what you're dealing with. You know what I'm saying? That's like a person with, cancer or something and they're sick, but they refuse to go to a doctor because they're afraid of what the doctor may say. It's good to catch things like this early so that way it doesn't become a bigger problem later. You know what I mean? Like, if something really is wrong with him, you should know now. The earlier the better. But she's stuck in denial and being a fool about it, and you're willing to destroy your family for what? Because of your anger and your denial? Like, she's being ridiculous. So at this point, if Olivia want to go, she want to get a divorce, Ned, sign them papers. Sign them papers. Make sure that you pay attention to the documents before you sign them. Make sure whatever she walked her ass into that marriage with, she walk her ass back out with. All that jewelry that you bought her, stilettos, whatever you bought her, take them back. Take them back. You don't want this marriage, then you don't want my gifts. Give them back. I want the ring on your finger. I want the bracelet I bought you. I want the dress I bought you. Take that off too. You can leave out here butt naked if you got to. You can go, but my shit stays. I'm just saying. It stays. So, of course, Gladys pop her little evil Knievel ass into the Savoy with somebody else's credit card. She up in there or whatever approaching Carly acting a fool. Like, Gladys had her nerve asking Carly about Sonny and stuff like that, talking about she tried to call him. He don't answer her phone calls and stuff because he don't want to talk to your ass. He don't care nothing about you. Like, lady, go about your business. After everything she pulled while Sonny was gone, you lucky he ain't put a bullet to your brain by now, because that's what he should have done. Sitting here accusing his best friend of murder, trying to lie for Cyrus. You should have been got. And you still sitting here poking the beer. You better go sit down. So anyway, Joey Novak bring his crusty behind up in there. Like, Joey is just a hot-headed fool. Like, he is nowhere near what his uncle was. Like, we didn't see much of Vincent, but when we did, we knew he was the boss. Vincent come up in there trying to show a little muscle or whatever, trying to act like he the big man on campus and stuff, trying to threaten Carly. And Curtis came right over there and threw his ass right out that club. And he's sitting there talking about, oh, you know who I am? I'm the head of the Novak family. See, that's your problem, Joey. A real boss doesn't have to tell people he's the boss. When you walk into a damn room, people take notice and they know who you are. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody knows who you are because you ain't nothing but a hot-headed idiot. But don't get me wrong, though. He's definitely a dangerous one, because hotheads are usually the most dangerous because they don't care about nothing. And I'm glad Curtis, reminded Carly, don't turn your back on him. Like, don't underestimate him. You know what I mean? Because that dude is clearly nothing to play with. Hot-headed people like that, they don't think, they just do whatever the hell they want. See, he doesn't have that old school mentality like a Vincent or somebody else. They grew up in the old school. They got codes and rules and stuff that they don't do. He's the type of person, he will cross every line that there is to cross. So you kind of got to be careful with that one. So of course, Carly was calling Sonny to warn him, but Sonny already knew that Joey was back in Port Charles or making his way back to Port Charles and stuff. In my opinion, Cyrus didn't tell Sonny anything new that Sonny didn't already know. Like, he already knew about Joey. He had a feeling Joey was gonna pop back up or whatever. He figured, And then Cyrus sitting here asking Sonny about Laura. Sonny was like, listen, don't ask me no questions about Laura because I ain't about to tell you shit. And Cyrus talking about, oh, I will be calling you soon for that favor. Sonny was like, yeah, don't hold your breath. Don't count on it. I said, exactly. A favor? You're still alive. That's the favor. Like, you're lucky this man ain't killing you right now. Be grateful and leave it at that. Because you didn't tell him any damning information that he didn't already know. So it's like, you made him come all that way for what? To tell him what exactly? He knew this. He knew somebody was going to try to take over those territories. And Sonny said the exact same thing about Joey that Carly said. He's a hothead. Everybody knows that about him. They all know it. And Sonny told Carly, he was like, I'm going to take care of it. Don't worry. I'm back. Everything's copacetic. So Joey was on the pier telling his guy or whatever that, you know, he plans on buying that club from Curtis or whatever to use as a business front, and he gonna take the Corinthoses down. First of all, Curtis is not scared of you. Second of all, you're not gonna force him to sell that club to you. How you think you're gonna go about that? And furthermore, take down the Corinthoses. If your uncle couldn't do it, you damn sure can't do it. So it's like, slow your roll, bro. And he looked over and he saw that guy Marshall on the pier. And the way he looked at Marshall, you would have thought that they knew each other or something like that. The way he looked at him, he kind of gave him that look like, what the hell are you doing up in here? Like he know him or something. Maybe he do. Who knows? Speaking of Marshall, Liz and Portia was talking, and Liz had drew a photo of the guy because she had Portia describe him to her while she sketches his face on the pad and stuff like that. And she showed it to TJ, and you know, TJ recognized him as the patient. She recognized him as the guy she was talking to, and the bartender at the Savoy recognized him as the guy she was talking to about the live music. Curtis looked at it and he was like, I don't know who that is. He was like, but Curtis did say that the guy looked familiar. If that's his dad, it's like, how old was Curtis when his dad died? Because I would assume he would know what his dad looked like, even if it is like years older. Like the guy looks older, obviously, but it's like you would never forget what your dad looked like, depending on how old you were. Like if you were at that age where you don't really remember him, or maybe this guy is somebody that Curtis put away a long time ago, or he was involved in a case of his, maybe. I don't know, but I'm interested in finding out who the hell is Marshall, because he seems to have a total interest in Curtis. Like he was sitting at Kelly's and stuff, reading about the Savoy and stuff like that. So it's like, who is this man? Like, I'm ready to find out who this guy is. They need to figure it out, like, quickly, because he seemed like he might be a problem that needs to be solved. So anyway, moving on from that. So Anna, Valentine, or whatever, they talking. He was asking her about Victor and stuff and what's going on with Victor, and she was like, she don't really know. But, you know, Victor wants a deal or whatever, and Valentine wants Victor to talk to him, because maybe if Victor and Valentine talk, maybe he'll tell Valentine something critical, some critical information. But Anna wasn't keen on doing that because she was like, he's a manipulative person. Like, he could try to use his claim as your dad to manipulate you. Valentine already knows that. Like, Valentine is definitely not stupid. He was like, yeah, he's going to try to manipulate me, but while he's thinking that he's doing it, I'm going to be manipulating his ass. I was like, shit, it's worth a shot. I mean, Anna, you need to make that happen because it's worth a shot. I mean, what other information do you have to go on at this point? And I'm so glad Valentine was like, he's not really going to take Victor's word for it that he's his dad. He was like, no, I can't just take his word alone for it. I said, good. Finally, somebody, thinking what I'm thinking. Get some damn DNA tested done around here. I get so sick and tired of them always taking somebody's word for something. Like, how you know that's really your daddy? Or this is really not your child or something. You know what I mean? Get some DNA around this damn place. Like, y'all act like DNA is costly or something. Y'all got money. Y'all can afford it. Hell, go to Maury. He'll do it for free. He'll sit there and give you the envelope like, you are the father. You are not the father. Please, Maury will do that shit for free. I would love to see somebody appear from the Maury show. I would love it. That should be hilarious. And you know what? Austin is starting to come for BLQ at this point, because when him and Gladys was sitting together and stuff like that, he noticed that she had BLQ's credit card, and she was like, oh, she wanted me to have it or whatever. He know better than that. Austin know damn well BLQ is not about to give you her credit card free of charge just out of the kindness of her heart. So Gladys was like, oh, I could tell you some stories about her. And he was like, oh, do tell. He was like, let me get us another round of drinks. I was like, Austin about to come for that girl ass, because he about to get this woman all liquored up just so she could spill her guts about BLQ and he can get some leverage on her. I was like, damn, Austin, you done found you the jackpot now, a whole chatterbox who's willing to tell you any and everything after a few rounds of drinks. I said, damn. See, this is why BLQ and Maxie just need to come forward about this plan, because everything is about to hit the fan. Austin is about to know the truth, especially if Gladys run her big ass mouth. So at this point, they might as well just go ahead and spill the beans. Do something, because this truth is about to come out one way or the other. So that was pretty much the whole episode. Hit the comment section and let me know what you guys thought about it, and I will see you all later. Have a great day. Peace.